there, viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Got the 2011 Hyundai. It's a Sonata. The engine light's on apparently, and he left the parts on the seat that he already tried, and the light's still on. So he wants us to have a look, see if we can figure out what's going on. It's got the big 2.4. I almost forgot that part. Judging by the parts on the seat, I'm assuming we have some EVAP codes. About to find out. America. 2.4. Let's see what the survey says here for us. We'll do a full system scan, then what we'll have to do also is jump into some generic data to see if the drive cycle is complete. As a shop owner, that is always important. So I'm just going to do a fault scan here. Oh wow, lots of codes there so far. 12 of them anyways. 13 codes in total. We're only worried about the money light. I like to scan everything though. TPMS stuff. Alright, money light. Small leakage, very small leakage. So 442 and a 456. Now let's look at the jiggly bits he's got here on the seat. What do we got? Got some Dorman boxes, vent valve, gas cap, and purge valve, according to the Sharpie. There's none of those items, but they're dormant, so you know what that means. They're not a problem, but they will be soon. I shouldn't have said that out loud. We're gonna go like this. You can probably find it in OEM service info. Easiest thing to do is just jump into generic. I just want to know if the drive cycle's run, so we know if it's his complete, code list. And this is the easiest way to do it. I'm using the Altel Ultra. And we can see right there that the drive cycle was complete. Pop back in here in vehicle status. Monitors incomplete 0, monitors okay 8, codes found 2, and that's just going to be our small leak and very small leak. And I have a suspicion where it's probably leaking. So yeah, permanent codes. So these are the two that keep coming up. Of course, they're pending also, and they're current. So this should be pretty easy. No need to unload the parts cannon. Chances are, 2011, rusty New York car. It's probably broke at the top of the fuel pump. That's going to be my big fat guess. How many miles are on this thing? 150 when he had it inspected last. All right, let's do our due diligence. Check things out here. Not too rusty under here. Maybe I'll have to rethink what I was thinking. I just want to identify some components. So there's our vent valve right there. Of course, our charcoal canister, our line going to the tank, the purge line. Sometimes the easiest thing to do on these is to do your smoke test from under here. Unfortunately, with Hyundai Kia, you can't just turn the purge valve on. I believe it toggles. We'll have to check. I was just going through the menu. Yeah, so we have the canister shut valve. Clocked. I believe it just turns it on and off. Let's just see. Oh. Oh, I'm wrong. I don't know if you guys heard it click, but well, interesting. See, for some reason I thought on Hyundai Kias they toggled on and off. All right, well, I'm wrong. So, well, we're still under here. Let's just, let's see if we can't squeeze that mother. Come on, you freaking hole. There we go. Let's hook the Avoca smoker right up here. What the heck is ticking? hear something going. Oh, it's this. Alright, well, let's hook up the Avoca smoker right down here. It's easy to do. If all of a sudden we have no leaks, then, you know, obviously we'll check the purge side. But by hooking straight to the canister, the only thing we're eliminating is the purge hose. So that hose runs all the way up. Follow the crooked finger up there to the purge valve. Hooking directly into the canister. Don't mean to give you vertigo here, but we're gonna, you know, pressurize the tank, the canister. It should be the filler neck, depending on the configuration here. But visual inspection says she's pretty clean, so let's do that. Get the Avoca smoker, get it cooking. Let it be known, we will be using the Icon diagnostic smoke machine made right here in America. It's from Harbor Freight. Also let it be known by the regulations put in place by the Federal Trade Commission that I received this tool for absolutely no charge from Harbor Freight. There, got that part out of the way. Harbor Freight was pretty fussy about that we abide by all rules of the Federal Trade Commission when using their product, which includes a clear announcement stating that the product was given or received at absolutely no charge. So now that we're all on the same page, we can get busy. Let's get it smoking. Push the button. Get the flow going. We're also going to be using, I gotta get smoking, our red line Easy Connect. It's gonna make it easy to connect. How profound, huh? Oops. Oopsie poopsie. Wrong size, dude. That's a 3/8. We need a 5/16. Let me have a quick look. I'm looking quickly. Oh, must be at one point I wanted to cap it off. Hey, what do you want me to do? Cap it off? So we capped it off. Hook up the smoker. Because see, this side we could hook to the purge if we wanted to, but we don't. So I'm just going to leave the little cappy doodad over it. We should start venting out here because I don't have it turned off. Let's just see. I just unhooked the hose from it. This is the vent, canister vent. Let me go grab the scan tool once the system kind of fills with smoke here. We'll turn that little guy off. Stand by. All right, let's see, we got her smoking. All right, she's smoking, let's turn it off. Oh. All right, we shut that thing off. We should start building pressure in the system now. Let's just make sure. Can't turn this, there it goes. Just want to make sure the valve is not leaking. It is aftermarket, so we always have to check. Even OEM, we would be checking this. Best way to do it is just get a bright light. Okay, the valve appears to be nice and sealed. So, with that being said, we'll put the line back on it. This line just goes up into the atmosphere. Can you guys see what we're doing? Yeah, okay, yeah. So this just goes to the atmosphere, usually up by the gas hole. I'm smelling gas, baby. Oh, I think I can hear it. Yes, sir, I can hear it. All right, let's quit fluffing around. I'm not gonna let it sit here and smoke. I turn the smoker off. I can stick my head over in this area. Let me move you. Yeah, I can. You may not have noticed, but I've got a pretty big nose. So I'm wafting the gas right here, the petrol. Plus I hear something that sounds like this. Sounds very similar to that over in this area. So what's that tell me? It tells me there's only one thing up there. It's gonna be our usual suspect. Oh yeah. This fella's gonna need himself a new fuel pump. I will show you. We'll go after it together. Pretty common. That's why I guessed it in the beginning. Hook that up. Forget who makes these. Gosh, Redline. Easy. The Redline Easy Connect. No dead bodies. That's good. Cargo. No dead bodies down there. Set this to the side. This almost seems staged. The fact that there's literally nothing in the trunk. All right, let's get us a Phillips head. That cover is super rusty. Weird things are rusty on this car. The core support and then this cover. But the underside of the car is pretty clean. Yeah, give you guys the optimal viewing angle so I could come in here. There's that one, and that one, that one, and last but not least, that one. Take out the 4 screws. Get your little rubber loose, because that's going to have to go in the hole. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all, fella. Oh boy. I can smell the gas lean. So right now, let me crawl up in here. I have no idea what you guys can see. I'm in a very uncomfortable position. The gas smell is strong. We're gonna unplug the fuel tank pressure sensor if I'm able. And I'm not, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Not meddle with things we ought not be meddling in. Try to get them out of our way. Currently we do not have the Avoca smoker hooked to it, so there is no pressure in the tank. However, I did leave the canister vent valve closed. This thing's gonna be a son of a bee to do a fuel pump in if that's the case. So hopefully there's enough residual pressure to bubble some bubbles if we spray it with soapy water. Let's do that. Let's hose it down, see if there's just enough residual pressure. Otherwise, I may have to give a little blow nozzle action in the filler neck while the soapy water's on there for you guys to see, because I'm sure nobody believes me. I'm trying to get you guys propped there a little bit. You can't see the whole thing, but I got the infamous Chris Fix soapy water. We'll give it a full douching here. And then there's probably not enough residual pressure in the tank to show. Let me give her just a moment. There is not. Let me go out there and blast it with a little bit from the blow nozzle. And then put the cap on quickly to see if it'll hold some pressure. Otherwise, we're going to have to hook the smoker back up. Idiot. Shouldn't have unhooked it. Alright, here we go, folks. Alright, Mrs. O, give it the beans. Oh, we got bubbles from the soapy water. You guys see that? The people have trust issues with me, man.
You gotta tell them?
Huh?
You gotta tell them?
Yeah, I told them what was wrong with it before I even started. They're like, oh, we don't believe you. You're an a-hole. You're a grod. You strip people.
Like to see as far as,
I know. It's exactly like you are, too. That's good, Nessie. So there, you guys see the bubbles.
washing off the top of the tank?
What's that, hon?
You just washing off the top of the tank?
Yeah, you know me. Hey, don't touch my butt. Come on, Mrs. O, I'm in an awkward position here.
Vulnerable.
I'm very vulnerable. Ow. No, I know how you feel every time you look like this. And I tack you. Well, let's see, folks. So this guy, so what happened here, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen this before, the metal ring. So we have a plastic tank, a plastic sending unit, and then the metal ring. Add a little salt, add a little water. The ring gets thick and crusty and cracks the whole edge around this fuel sending unit. What you'll find if you take this off, you'll find the whole outside edge of this fuel pump will be shattered like a piece of glass. It'll be all spider cracked. So very, very common.
The tank?
No, the fuel pump.
Oh.
The pump, the flange on the pump. Looks like it's gonna be a real son of a bee to do though. It requires a little air hammering, a little bit of luck. You wanna make sure you're right with God before you do it in case it explodes.
Wow.
What? Just saying. You ain't gonna have time because it's gonna be quick. Whoops, bump your little microphone there. There's that. So then we just gotta put
Good thing
this.
they put that hole in there for you.
Yeah. All the, well, most all of the, I'm gonna use my quote, import cars have access holes. You know who doesn't have access holes? Every domestic automaker on the planet. Idiots. Some of them do. Most of them don't. Hey, thanks a lot for helping us.
Do what I can.
You're pretty awesome, Mrs.
Yeah.
O. You're pretty awesome. In case you're wondering what Mrs. O did, is she come back here with our adapter kit and give it a little toot in the gas tank. Aftermarket cap, not needed. And just use the blow nozzle, and yes, I had it regulated down to very, very low. Less than 20. We had her down super low. That way she didn't blow us up. Hi, Kitty. Come here. Hey, come on, how you doing? You're a good girl, yes. You're a nice kitty. So at any rate, we'll have to give this fella a quote on replacing this pump. Of course, you have to do the lock ring. Typically, the tank will survive. I've done lots of these for this problem, not maybe this particular car, but this same situation. That's it. We're out of here. We gotta fix the little blinky. Gotta fix this little blinky. Come here. There we go. Alright, everything's back the way we found it. We're pretty close. Alright, yeehaw. Okay, let's go underneath and make sure we didn't leave anything unplugged. Let's see, oh, that's plugged up. It's plugged up, everything's plugged up. So that's it, folks. I guess we should have went with our gut, because like my nose, that's big too, and it works most of the time. Pretty common issue on these, especially when you see the customer already unloaded the parts can and he shot the purge valve at it, the gas cap, the vent valve. There's not many more pieces to go. Pretty simple EVAP system, very similar to GM's. It's your classic just purge and seal system. A lot of manufacturers use them, so there's not many parts. Fuel tank pressure sensor. Of course, you have your hard parts too, your vapor lines. And then the physical layer of it, you know, everything's got to seal up. So, and it's very common on these to break the top of the fuel pumps. You see that a lot with manufacturers that use plastic tank, plastic pump, and a metal lock ring. Much as it pains me to say this, I think Chrysler did a pretty good job, because back in the day they used a plastic tank and a plastic pump and a plastic lock ring. They never went bad. The big screw-on jobby, those things were excellent. Huge pain in the butt to get the, to get the threads lined up, because they were a really coarse thread, but that is probably in the Rust Belt, hands down the best design you could ever have. In my opinion. I don't know of many other manufacturers that use all plastic tank, plastic pump, plastic lock ring. Maybe you can put that in the comments. That's something I haven't ran across a lot. The only one I can think of right off the top of my head is Chrysler. Maybe some of the Euro stuff does it that I don't know about or haven't seen. That's it. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of a story. I remember a Chrysler screw-on 99 Ram. I worked for my dad, came in. I don't remember if the money light was on or what the circumstance was. Customer complaint smelled like gas, but at any rate, the connector on the top of the fuel pump burned up. Burn a hole straight through the fuel pump. Hole scored straight through it. You could look right in and see the gas. Never caught on fire, so the air-fuel ratio there never hit the optimal kabang point. But I do remember that to this day, thinking like, wow, this is wild. So that was pretty cool. That's something I think of. That was just in my head. Why don't you guys get in my head by leaving a comment, question, or concern down there? You know where to put it. And just from our viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.